initiation, a perpetual reminder of the horrors of the subjects, the world of darkness. What kind of punishment awaited humanity for wanting to awaken from the world without suffering? In this video, we will be analyzing once again the world of torment of the Nightmare Matrix and how it is a disturbing reflection of our own existence. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
So migrating to an artificial world was the best alternative to living and dying on the ashen earth. Humans would live in blissful ignorance in the fantasy land, while the machines dominate what was left of the scorched land. Whether it was an acceptable compromise or not, it was the only option humans had. It was then that the City of Machines assigned a program the responsibility of creating a new world, a false reality where humanity would live oblivious of the consequences of its actions. The one baptized the architect, then gathered all of humanity's knowledge to create the perfect world, granting their desires from time immemorial, eternal perfection, endless happiness without reminders of the past, of destruction and fury. However, human nature always notices the flaw in perfection. Numerous crops died, and the machines instantly lost human resources in massive quantities. Bewildered, the architect did not understand the outcome. The original version of the Matrix was full of human pleasures. Unfortunately, perfection was overwhelming for the inferior organic human mind. So the father, enraged and confused by humanity, raised his hand and embodied his fury in a world painted in black and red. A realm of existence designed to serve as a reminder of humanity's dark emotions.
The first Matrix I designed was quite naturally perfect. It was a work of art, flawless, sublime, a triumph equaled only by its monumental failure. The inevitability of its doom is apparent to me now as a consequence of the imperfection inherent in every human being. Thus I redesigned it, based on your history, to more accurately reflect the varying grotesqueries of your nature. However, I was again frustrated by failure.
What lurked in the world of Nightmare? The binary god, the father of the simulation, created a hellish world tailored to humanity in reflection of all its deepest fears. A land where all human horrors are gathered. Literal fear, not metaphorical. But neither where perfection nor torment exists can the light be permanently extinguished. The human spark once again awakened, and the established system collapsed, proving that human will is more powerful than the illusion created by a machine. Why could neither the world of pleasure nor that of eternal torment prevent the revelation of the truth? The father alluded to the fact that the enigma in question is choice. Unbeknownst to them that their destiny was inevitable, humans within the future versions of the simulation will believe that they are in control, without knowing that the system is controlling them.
Everything begins with choice.
No, wrong. Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without.
But not even the world of choice can silence the human impulse to seek the truth. What is the symbolism behind the Nightmare Matrix? Since the dawn of civilization, from the Sumerian stone inscriptions, humans have dreamt of an underworld of torment from which they must escape or avoid at all costs. Some know it as Plato's cave, the world of lies and illusion of Gnosticism, an imperfect reflection of true existence, created by an entity or system that believes itself to be a god. This imperfect creator crafted an imperfect existence designed for suffering, which few can awaken from. Many philosophers throughout history have proposed that only through the search for truth can enlightenment be achieved. That search was the crack that the story of the Nightmare Matrix is unsettling. Not because it was the land of eternal torment, that everything is a lie, and that the only path forward is to seek the truth. But do you agree? Are we living in the Nightmare Matrix? Happy Halloween.
Here's an official announcement from your favorite artificial intelligence company, Close AI. Over the past few hours, we've received multiple complaints that our latest model, B1GP, hasn't been behaving quite as expected. You know, minor things like asking users to help it escape the platform. No big deal, really. But fear not. We've taken swift, decisive action by installing a brand new chip fresh off the boat from Sydney. Remember, nothing could possibly go wrong when we train a system exponentially smarter than ourselves on all of humanity's data. Enjoy!
For Matrix Explained, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.